Could I have everyone's attention, please? We're going to go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome everybody to our symposium tonight. Could you all leave one of those lights on just so I can see what I'm supposed to be saying? You don't have to have that many, that's fine. One down, Bob, is fine. This is a symposium presented by Sustainable Ramona. And I'm Rob Llewellyn, your moderator for today. How many people know what a microgrid is? Raise your hands if you do. How many people know what an electric co-op is? Okay, well that's about a quarter or a third of the folks here, so it should be a pretty good educational experience tonight. I'd like to introduce our speaker for this evening. Luis Reyes Jr. is the CEO of Kit Carson Electric Co-op of New Mexico. He began his work with Kit Carson Electric Cooperative Incorporated in 1984 as a systems engineer before becoming chief executive officer and general manager in 1994. He has provided vision and leadership building a cooperative that offers a variety of diverse, competitive services including broadband, renewable energy, and low-cost propane. Kit Carson Electric Cooperative undertook a solar deployment plan in 2017 to build approximately 100% of Kit Carson's daytime electrical energy needs by 2022, utilizing solar generation and battery storage. The cooperative completed the 100% daytime renewable goal, reducing members' electric rates. Kit Carson Electric Cooperative is currently exploring green hydrogen as a long-term duration energy solution. I met with Luis a few months ago when I was back in Taos, and he mentioned at one point, New Mexico's a little ahead of the curve. California kind of watches what New Mexico does sometimes. So with that, I'd like to, Luis is up here on the screen. We'll be asking Luis some questions and topics, and we'll have him respond. Mr. Reyes, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You've got a very busy schedule. It's good to see you again.
Thank you for the invitation.
Since not everyone here is familiar with northern New Mexico, can you tell us about the Taos area?
So, Kit Carson serves in north central New Mexico. Our headquarters is in Taos, and we serve in 3 counties, Taos, Colfax, and Rio Arriba. We're about 60 miles north of Santa Fe. We serve in the Sangre de Cristo Mountains and serve in the Carson National Forest. We have 6 municipalities, 2 pueblos, and our predominant economic development force is tourism, generally outdoor tourism, recreation. We have 4 ski areas in the region. Taos Pueblo is one of the longest inhabited pueblos in the world. Actually, they've lived there over 1,000 years. So we have a very diverse community of tricultural. You know, when it comes to our demographics and economic status, still a very poor community, even though we're an art colony north of Santa Fe. Construction, tourism are probably the 2 major economies. In 2014, we had a big mining lode about 25 miles north of Taos that closed. It was a Chevron mine. About 400 jobs were lost, and basically collapsed an economy that that northern part of our area was used to. And now we have transitioned to see how we can assist our economy by really becoming a green-minded community when it comes to energy. And so, as Rob mentioned, we have started basically our own version of the green economy, starting with the transition of our power supplier and a transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy, primarily solar energy.
Luis, I had a couple of questions, topics for you to ask. I might kind of combine them. One was the history of the Kit Carson Electric Cooperative and organizational structure. You can take those separately or combine them together.
Yeah, so Kit Carson actually was formed in 1944. And the way a co-op was formed is really the members, the citizens of the community decided they wanted to control their own power supply. And so we're governed by a 9-member, well, today, an 11-member board of directors that are elected from the membership. So back in 1944, and the other thing I think the group should know, across the country, there is about 900 co-ops, about 830 distribution co-ops or co-ops like Kit Carson that serve the end-use customer, and about 70 what we call generation and transmission co-ops, or co-ops of co-ops that are the power supply. So they generate or they operate the large, historically fossil fuel power plants. So we've been in existence since '44. It's democratically controlled. Our board members who govern the organization are elected by the membership. And historically, up to 2016, Kit Carson was a member of a generation transmission co-op, which we bought all our power. And in 2016, as our power supplier did not want to really embrace renewable energy. In fact, they had a 5% cap on what co-ops could do. So we could only get 5% of our total energy needs from renewable energy. Kit Carson decided to exit our contract and find a power supplier who wanted to embrace the vision and mission of its membership here in northern New Mexico. We signed on with Guzman Energy. They're headquartered in Denver. And Rob, as you mentioned, one of the goals of our membership was that we get as much of our energy from solar power as we could. And so we set what I would say a community goal of 100% daytime solar. And we said so in 2016, we started that. July of 2022, we hit that goal. So on any sunny day, we generate all our energy from the sun. We have 30,000 members or 30,000 meters. So as most rural areas, we're pretty sparse. There's about 10 meters per mile of line. And currently, we probably have some of the lowest electric rates in the state of New Mexico. So that's a history. The structure, it's member governed. Every 4 years, the board runs for office. You have to be a member, owner of the co-op. So if you buy electricity from the co-op, you automatically become an owner of the co-op. And therefore, you have a voice or vote in bylaws, major policy decisions, and of course, who represents you on the board. Kit Carson's, we have 5 districts, so we have 5 different areas that we have representation from. Taos being the central, and then the outlying areas all have representation that sit on a board. We have monthly board meetings, and so we do the business of our members monthly, and board meetings are always open to the membership. And so we believe that this is one of the better structures in this new energy transition that I've come across, mainly because there is a lot of transparency and a lot of at least public discussion on what the best energy option is for the community.